One vacuum and sewing's live stream for election day, Tuesday, November 3rd.
We have voted. We
voted.
Our vote.
Yeah, we voted early, but get out there, vote, have your voices heard. And I can't wait for this bitter nonsense to be over in like 4 months.
What does that
mean? Hopefully it doesn't go long like that. Hopefully log into Facebook right there and just make sure we're good. Beautiful day today, mid 70s. Oh, we're good.
We're good.
Mid 70s, lows in the 30s. Feels like fall, although it's a little warm for November.
But it's going to be cold.
Looks like it might snow this weekend.
Cold
so
front's coming.
Always like to see that. Trails get a little reset. Dirt stays better till the snow really starts to fly.
That's what I'm like so excited about, the dirt getting better.
You know, the only thing that Jeannie cares about at all right now is that. That's it.
Look at him. Oh, look at this. I mean, look at him.
He's like a pretzel. His rear legs were off to the right, and then his head was over his arms to the left. He loves the hard ground. And
he literally has like 3 beds, but he doesn't sleep on any of them. He'd rather sleep on the hard floor.
He sleeps on the hard floor. I don't know what it is. He's got all kinds of beds.
Patrick is number 2 right now. He's not number 2. He's always number 1. Momo's number 2.
Momo's number 1.
He's so
I'm number
sweet.
3. Or maybe even number 4 after the kids.
No, you're number 1. You're my number 1 baby.
You know, I used to always tell Jeannie that if it ever came down, like as long as she was sane and not doing something totally nuts, if there was something that could come between us involving the children, I would always choose her.
Yeah.
Because the kids are gonna leave. I look at my kids now and I'm like, I got 3-4 years maybe. And then the kids
I'm his
are gone.
number 1 always.
Always. I don't know if you've ever felt, maybe she's felt like number 2 to skiing once or twice. Forgot her birthday one year. It's like the confessional.
This year?
It was a huge powder day. I got up and left the house at like 5 a.m. in the morning, and then I came home and I'm like, why is she acting so weird? And then
I don't care.
Like an hour later, oh, you cared that year. Like an hour later, I was like, oh my God, it's your birthday. Like
this year on Patrick's birthday.
It was a huge powder day.
The first thing I said to him was, it's your turn to take out the trash.
And then I got inside and she told me I needed to do laundry. And like we were sitting at the breakfast table and I'm like, yeah, this is what I get to do on my birthday. Like garbage. I get to get up early to take the garbage out. I get to go do the laundry now.
Yes.
It was a great birthday. But then I went to Wyoming for a week and I had a great week where everybody
Oh my God, is that
me.
Melinda Winchell? I read the comment and I'm like, that's got to be Melinda. Is that a PRS 100
It is.
behind us?
It is.
Yeah.
I had a used PRS 100 that was in the store for 2 days.
Yes.
And so
now it's going home.
The proud new owner of that machine is doing her lesson on the machine today. So I did cook dinner that day too.
I don't know about that.
I think I cooked dinner that day because we had
did
steaks.
not.
My mom came over for dinner.
Oh yeah, he might have cooked dinner. He's the meat cooker. He cooks the meat.
So update on the store. It's funny because we talked about it yesterday. I got a call from one of my employees yesterday saying that they had just found out somebody that they ate dinner with on Saturday had been diagnosed with COVID. Contact tracing wise,
we
got a princess cake.
I get Patrick he
I
likes.
like something called the princess cake from
It's from-
France's Box Tube,
Yeah.
which is phenomenal.
He's my princess.
It's like it's like a vanilla cake with raspberry
It's so
frosting
good.
and
then
marzipan
it's really
fondant. It's really good. So, Melinda, I know you love yours, but you need to get a 10 needle is what you need.
Yes.
You need to not be changing colors. So that's what this got traded in on. So
So we're down at Tech.
we're down a Tech until he produces a negative test. There's no known contact in the store because he didn't work on Saturday and the dinner was on Saturday. But that's kind of the way things go. So we're down a Tech till Thursday.
Oh, wow. You have to wait till Thursday.
Well, I mean, the testing regime in Nevada's 2 to 3 days.
Okay.
So, but that's just kind of how it goes. And you know, our hope in the store, and this is our commitment to you guys, is, I mean, if there was a known exposure in the store, we would produce 2 negative tests until we reopen back to the public. So, you know, we basically would quarantine until that time. So, but that's what's going on. So funny that we had that conversation about what was happening in Washoe County yesterday, only to have somebody produce a known exposure over the weekend. So, as of right now, though, we were putting machines out at roughly 5 days. I don't think that will materially change unless everybody shows up today. Melinda, you trade us your PRS 100 for the PRS 1050.
And we
1055.
We renovate.
Yeah, Jeannie likes to say we'll knock down walls, but we don't do finish work.
Yeah.
So
I've never even knocked down a wall.
We remember we did part of the demo in our bathroom. I don't know if you even remember that.
I don't remember.
We just took a sledgehammer and just.
We did?
Yeah. They left the sledgehammers, and I was like, "Can we do this?" And he's like, "Yeah." And we just like knocked everything down.
I don't even remember that. The kids' bathroom. Oh, maybe. So let's talk about what classes are coming up. We have Shauna has her Janine Babbage Grateful. Do you mind grabbing the sample for me, Michelle? The Grateful, Thankful, Blessed Janine Babbage tabletop embroidery class.
Is it a wall hanging?
I'm having trouble spitting out the words. Oh, you have it?
Those?
No, the Grateful, Blessed. The one that's so you can still sign up for that if you wanted to. If you haven't done one before, they're super cute, and then you're gonna want to do them all. I know I have some Janine Babbage addicts on in the store, or in our family, in our A1 family. There is an accessory class, and that's gonna be. So we'll show this to you one more time.
The accessory class is Thursday from 10 to 1.
So Thursday, 10 to 1, it is an included class if you purchased your machine from us. If not, then the fee's $15. This is the little table topper that Shauna's going to be doing. And it's so sweet. And she worked with a lot of specialty stuff in this. That's metallic thread there. That's Kingstar thread. Look how gorgeously it's stitched out. So, and then I think she used something else like in the center of those sunflowers, but it's just absolutely beautiful and perfect like home decor for this fall season. So the accessory class, again, that's going to be on Thursday, and then Winter Wonderland is this weekend. So Winter Wonderland is going to be Friday and Saturday. It's a 2-day event. I actually have 2 more kits for that, so if somebody wants to sign up, you can go online and sign up for that.
That's we started on the videos that we promised yesterday. We hope to have those done today or tomorrow. The Christmas list is done, so we're going to put the finishing touches on that, but that'll go out via email. And we'll put it on the website as well. Which frame size
That's
is that
on
one,
the 4.5 by 9.5 or 4 by 9, something like that. That's the smallest one. Serger, that's right. Serger is going to be tomorrow. Yes. Sergers tomorrow from 10 to, thank you, Melinda. From 10 to noon is going to be the serger class. We're going to get started at 10. We're going to go through all the basic stitches. If you've gotten your machine here, again, that is complimentary. If not, then the fee is $15, and you can just call the store and I can get you signed up for that class. I don't know if that's going to be on the calendar. Next week we have the Anita Good blanket stitch snowman placemat. Michelle's going to be doing that on Monday morning. And then Monday afternoon is going to be the snowflake hat and scarf class. And you guys, we had to add another session because it was so popular. So the first one filled up. So we had to add a second session. And that second session, I think, is the following week.
It is on the 23rd in the afternoon. From
The 23rd in the afternoon.
Ooh, then I have room on the 23rd in the morning to put that one.
Yeah, and then there's another amazing project that Michelle worked on this weekend. She is like a machine.
Are you guys gonna show that?
I'm like, oh, Momo, you're so cute. I can't go do anything but look at you and pet you and hug you and give you kisses.
We literally then, like over the weekend. I'm like, we have to do some work, Jeannie. Like I have to pay bills from October.
Look at that little bird. He's got like a mohawk. He's
so
like all
cute.
skinny and. So, yeah. So I have another project.
We're getting better at leaving Momo in like a playpen and letting him do his thing, but he's pretty stinking cute.
Yeah. It smells so good. Everyone talks about puppy breath, but I don't really smell his breath. What I smell is his fur, the puppy fur.
He just smells like Cheetos.
What?
Smells like Cheetos.
I think dogs smell like. Have you ever smelled dogs? Like they smell kind of like Cheetos.
I don't
They
know
do.
what
They kind of. They have that
eating.
they have like a sweet smell to them, kind of like Cheetos.
Cheetos
Maybe.
are
Kinda.
salty.
Yeah, they're not sweet at all. Anyways, oh, and put it on your calendar. We are doing another OESD event, so if there's stuff that you really wanted to, you know they're going to have a great discount. I don't have sign-up information for you yet. They usually, they should have sent it to me by now. I'll call them and get it. It's Friday, November 13th in the morning from 10 to noon. So that's Friday, November 13th from 10 to noon, and this is going to be the OESD quilting event. So it is their quilting event, and I'm sure they're going to be demoing some incredible stuff for you, and quilting in the hoop and quilting with embroidery. So put that on your calendar, the 13th. It's Friday the 13th, but it's going to be your lucky Friday the 13th. And then next Friday is also going to be Shauna's Noel quilted stocking in the hoop. Where is she? There she is.
Yeah.
Quilting in the hoop, and that project. Are you doing two? I forget.
No, there's just one.
Just the big one. She's doing the big one.
Yeah, just one.
And it's going to be super, super fun. So, was that? Oh, I did finish one project. I did finish Ginger's Kitchen, so I'm going to show that to you.
Yay, it's so cute.
So cute.
So how is this working? Is this going to be a sew along, like a video, like we did before?
This is going to be, so this will be available
We
to you
started
as a
editing
class.
the videos last night.
Patrick was like, he was swearing. He's saying,
You know, I ask her to, when she makes a video, just
Now-
write down the date and the time. And then I don't
'Cause I
have to
bounce-
watch
I
because she
bounce
gives
back
me
and-
like 100 videos. And then I'm like, well, which videos
oh,
what?
poor you. Poor you have to put those videos, that's hours that I put together. Poor you.
It takes 30 seconds to write.
No.
Not even. It takes
No,
3
it's more
seconds.
confusing.
My daughter kept going, I totally understand
No.
what Dad's talking about, Mom. I totally understand what Dad's
They were
talking
ganging,
about, Mom.
they were ganging up on me last night, and they were saying, Violet always tells me I'm like a second grader.
Well, and I'm always like, I married a child.
Don't you like that? Not a child, but
It all depends upon the day.
So this is going to be a video class, and it's long too, just like the other one, because I did do all the quilting again, and I did finish it on the serger with my cording foot. Look at the back. Look how cute it is.
Now, did you make the back, or is that part
I
of the
pieced
pillow?
it. What do you mean? Did I make?
Well,
the
like,
back?
is that part of the design,
Well,
or did you just use scrap fabric?
I used scrap and I just sewed it all together. But there's a lot of scrap with this one. So and it's just cute. Look at all the.
Does it have fairy lights too?
This one does not have fairy lights, although I don't see why you can't. At this point, I think you could add fairy
There's
lights
no
to anything.
reason you couldn't use your OESD hole punch that
Uh-huh.
you got during the
That's
deal of the
right.
day
Mhm.
to put in fairy lights.
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it. You can put fairy lights on everything.
Yes.
So I've been online.
I
and
dreamt about fairy lights the other night.
was I wearing just fairy lights? What did you
Remember
dream?
that picture?
Patrick.
So
do
the,
you really want to go there? Do you really want to go there?
So the
I'll bring that picture in, Patrick.
Oh,
it is
I'd-
not embarrassing for me.
there was a day where I would do anything she asked me to do. So the
Okay.
I have a picture of John and Peter Pan.
And that was it.
Anyways.
He can't even think now. He's so distracted.
Somebody asked about Kingstar Thread for a daily deal. We've done that a couple of times.
How about
and
we
it'll-
do? Yeah.
It'll come around. But there's going to be stuff like that on the Christmas list, too. So,
And Kingstar Thread we don't discount. So, but on the Christmas list, anything goes, even fairy lights.
so
It all comes back to fairy lights.
yeah, there it is. Fairy lights.
Okay, so wait, what were we talking about, Patrick?
Fairy lights.
Did you show them the cards?
No, you're gonna come show him the cards.
I-
Shauna. Okay, Michelle and Shauna have been very busy all weekend. So let's do Technique Tuesday, and then I'm gonna let the two ladies show you what they've been working on. They are just they can't stop producing. What's a better way of saying that?
They've been very productive.
They've been productive. There's
We're
there's
both
tsunamis. They're
tsunamis.
creative tsunamis where you almost feel like you're gonna get crushed. Like, oh my God, there's so much creativity. It's just
Oh my goodness.
so.
Is it GoPro time?
It's GoPro time. Are they gonna see our fancy stand?
Yeah. If anybody wants a used Quilter's Cruise Control Fabumotion fabric mover with stitch regulator for the FOF Creative Vision, I have a used one in the store. It's a used, non-used one, brand new. Anyways,
Are you gonna be holding it, Michelle? Can you grab a chair and come sit next to me? Michelle Gilmartin, everyone.
Dun, dun,
Dun,
dun.
dun, dun, dun. Okay, so this sample, and I know Michelle showed it to you on Friday, but we're gonna go into it in some more detail. Oh, and then we can't forget our daily deal. So this is, I've dreamt about this sample. So when I went to Baby Lock, went to Brother, Wonderful has a display, and they had something similar to this. So I had a dream. I dreamt that we would have a beautiful sample like this in the store, and I talked to Michelle about it, and she was like, "Oh, I'll do that." See, I think about it. I think, and I reconsider how I'm going to do it, and then it never gets done. And it's so exciting to have
a doer.
Yeah, Michelle's a doer. Shauna's a doer. I'm a think to reconsider to consider whether or not I should get something done.
No,
I'm a
you're an
content-
instigator.
I'm an I've always,
Isn't that much more fun?
I've always been an instigator.
Isn't that just much
You
more
have
fun?
no idea. She was always an
I
instigator.
do, actually.
It all comes back to fairy lights, right, Patrick?
You know?
Okay, so and
Gotta watch out. They get hot.
Oh my God! Oh, no. Okay, so we're gonna show you. We're gonna show you this sample. I know we're all cracking up here, but we're gonna talk about it in more detail. And this is the one, and you should see it when you come into the store. But this is the sample that Michelle stitched out. So what we did was Michelle took home some Invisifil. This is 100 weight, and as your thread goes up in size, it gets thinner. So
Yes.
even though the number is 30 weight, you're going to see that this one is much more delicate and much thinner. So what did you think about stitching with the Invisafill, Michelle?
Here's what I loved about this. To me, this one looks like it belongs on a vintage tea towel. You know, a vintage design, vintage red work, very delicate, something that, something that probably all of our grandmas had in their stash at one time. But it just has that really fine, delicate vintage feel to it. And it actually is a beautiful thread to sew with.
So the Invisafill, I think they recommend it for, you could do micro stippling with it. You can do your applique where it's super delicate around, like if you were blanket stitching around something and it's super delicate around that. But you're going to notice, like, look at this compared to this and the detail in those lines.
I would use this for micro lettering.
Micro lettering.
Over the 60 weight.
Did you like it over the...
Yeah, over the 60 weight. I've always used 60 weight for small lettering, but if you really want detail and you really want it to not, your letters to not look crowded, I think the 100 weight would actually be a better choice
Well,
for
even
micro.
just look at the lettering there
Yeah.
with the
Look at the
100 weight
difference
versus...
between the 100 weight and the 60 weight.
Yeah. So,
So the letters would be clearer. It would be easier to read.
and I've always done my embroidery, almost all my embroidery with the 40 weight. You don't have to do that. We're going to talk about like the different things you can use and when you might want to use them. But the first time I ever went thinner was recently. I was doing the Disney princesses and the eyelashes looked globby.
Oh my God, yes.
They were globby with the 40 weight.
Yeah.
And so I went to a 60 weight and they were absolutely gorgeous, but they might have been
80
even
or 100 would be even more
beautiful
impressive, I guess.
with the 100 or the 80 weight. So the Invisafill is what we carry. That's going to be that 100 weight. And it's just so fine and delicate. And then we carry the 80 weight in the store. The 80 weight is going to be the Deco Bob that we carry. When I piece, this is what I'm piecing with these days. I almost always piece with 80 weight. It's less bulky. It's half as bulky as your 40
Do you
weight.
remember when they told us never sew with embroidery thread? That's off the table now.
Yeah.
Because embroidery thread's gotten so much better over the years. And we just have so many more options to actually use embroidery thread to piece, use embroidery thread to stipple with, use embroidery thread. Probably still wouldn't sew the seam of a pair of pants with embroidery thread, but for most other stuff, I rarely change out to sewing thread.
Yeah, and I think there's a difference in the quality.
Absolutely,
as well.
absolutely.
So this one it's a cottonized polyester. I'm not even sure what that really means. I think it's a polyester wrapped in cotton
It's
or something
it's
like
a
that.
blend.
But
is
if you
what
look
it
at
is.
this one, so when you look at the 100 weight has less sheen, and to me that gives it more of a vintage kind of look. It's not cotton, but it's just more of a matte finish. This is where it begins to have more sheen to the embroidery thread, or more sheen to the thread, the 80 weight. And then, when we got down to the two that I had that were truly cotton.
Oh my God, look at those. Yeah.
I loved it, but amazingly enough, I loved the 30 weight more than I loved the 50 weight, and I don't know why.
I mean, it
so-
just looks better.
Yeah,
I
well,
mean,
it's big.
It's a little clearer.
It's a bigger pattern, but I actually did the same size one with the 30 weight too, and not resized it, and I still liked it even smaller. I liked it better with the 30 weight.
How linty was
Oh,
that?
you need to have a lot of packing tape handy because the lint flies all over your hoop.
Yeah, and I think some of you ladies might have seen that because
Yeah.
I think Michelle posted a video and you could see the lint kind of going
but
everywhere.
Lint's not a bad thing as long as you just don't let it build up in your bobbin. I mean, I know when thread's going to be messy, and I just keep tape handy so that halfway through I stop the machine, I run the tape over the top, I open the bobbin and make sure it's not, building dust bunnies under there, and I just keep going.
Yeah, and I remember the first time because I never considered sewing, doing embroidery with cotton. But Donna Rash, who is a educator here, she was teaching a redwork class, and she had them use cotton, and I loved the look.
Yeah, the look is better.
Yeah, it was not as shiny. It was more matte. But you might need to. Did you have to
Did you
slow
slow it down?
I did not. But I don't run at full speed. I usually run my machine at somewhere between 800 and 700 and 800. So all of these were done at about 700 or 800.
Yeah, so if
I
you're
didn't
a
slow it
full
down.
Speed,
Yes, they
if
would
you're
not.
a full speed gal, it might be a good
That's
idea
me.
with cotton to turn the machine down just a little bit to manage thread breakage with cotton.
Or like me, you could just go for it, and then if it breaks, then
It breaks.
slow it
You
down.
back up.
But
This is why you have a camera on your machine, so you can see exactly where it broke, and you can just start over again.
Yeah, I always like to go for it. So, and these spools right here, this is double what you would get on a traditional spool. So this is 2,000 meters. So when you're looking at Polyfast, which is the embroidery thread that we carry, that's 1,000 meters. But if you look at them size-wise, it's going to look exactly the same as these, which are 2,000
Actually,
meters.
this one's 22,000. This one's 2,500 meters.
Oh, okay. So the Invisifil is 2,500 meters. Deco
So that
Bob's gonna
shows
be
you
2,000 meters.
the difference in the thickness here of the
Oh,
thread.
sorry. Patrick, can you grab that? Sorry.
The size of the spool, the diameter is almost the same, but there's 500 more yards on this one than this one.
And don't worry about, I was worried about, is it going to be as strong? But this, my Deco Bob, I know is as strong just from using it as much as I do. It's half the size of your 40 weight, but it's going to be just as strong. So think about those seams. When I'm paper piecing, this is all I use. When those seams come together, even when I'm just regular piecing, I know my seams are less bulky using this Deco Bob than it is using just a regular cotton thread
I
or
like the
whatever.
thinner too, because when you have to go to fold, especially when you're piecing, and I'm not a true quilter, I'm not going to claim to know it all, but I do notice that when I go to start piecing things, if I have like a regular traditional, what I would call a sewing thread, like a Gutermann or a, something like that, when I go to press the seams open, I don't get as flat a press with that thread as I get when I use a thinner thread. It's really, those seams are really crisp.
Yes. Isn't that exciting, ladies? So, we also carry this in the store. This is made by Exquisite Thread, and Exquisite is simply that. It's exquisite. This is 60 weight, so perfect for your lettering too. You could use any of these. You can see the lettering on these and how fine it can be. So this is the 60 weight, and that's specifically sold to do for fine text and detail. But you can go lighter with those.
If it was really anything any text a quarter of an inch or smaller, definitely requires a smaller weight thread if you wish to read it when you're done stitching it.
Yeah. So those like small monograms, like those details when you're doing like those work shirts and you have the logos, that's when you definitely want to go to one of these lighter weight threads. This is, you guys have seen this in the store. This is confetti, and we sell the Tudo and the confetti, and this is like our regular kind of go-to quilting sewing thread. But that's what was used for this right here.
And it sewed beautifully. It really did sew beautifully. And, but I think personal preference for me is I just like the 30 weight better, but the sewing of this was beautiful.
It's funny because the 30 weight really doesn't look any heavier to me.
Well,
And I know
it's
he's
spread
bigger.
out.
I know he's bigger.
It's a bigger design. It's a little bit more spread out. So maybe on the 50 weight, if I'd have gone a little, what I did was try to increase the size of the design by 10% each size going up as I went up the line, so that I would start with the smaller one and end up with the bigger one. So I don't know, maybe I could have gone a little bit bigger on that, but I mean, it sewed beautifully. I loved the way it sewed. I was just really enamored with that one the whole time.
She came in and was like, this one's my favorite. And I just keep in mind, like these designs that we picked out, we just picked out a red work design that had some shading in it so you could see the difference in the look. If you're using this heavier thread and you have a super fine design, it might not be the best choice.
Yeah, and also it's not like you can't really go into a traditional embroidery design that has fill stitches in it and a satin stitch and substitute something like this for that design, because it wasn't digitized to be able to show its best result using a thread that's thicker than what it was designed for, which was normally a 40 weight.
So Michelle's working on another one of these samples. So
Ooh, it was such fun too.
Yes. So do you want to tell them about that one that you're
I
working on?
do. I haven't finished it yet. I finished the stitching. I haven't finished the presentation part. And I'm loving King Star thread. I just love that metallic thread. And I have an entire drawer. Jeannie's seen my drawer. I have an entire drawer full of different brands of metallic thread. And I seem to reach for that one all the time. It's just trouble-free. And I also got, I had heard of 12-weight threads before. Burmilana is one of them, but not the only one. But I never really had a chance to play with it. So I did have a chance to play with it, and I loved it. It's great. And I can see, I've already purchased a design that's digitized for some flowers.
Thick stitch. I
Yeah,
have some
thick stitch.
You do have to have
You have
designs
to.
that are digitized for
Yeah,
that
always.
thread.
Always has to be digitized for what you choose to use. It's a symbiotic relationship between your design and your thread.
So software question, Michelle, can you take a design, bring it into software, have it redigitized for thicker thread? Can't you? Isn't there an option?
Yeah,
that
you could
switch
change the
thread?
density. You can change the density, but it's not a one-hit wonder, meaning it's
Okay.
not a one-click thing. If you're not a person that likes to test sew, I don't recommend it. Every time I do something like that, I usually will do 2 to 3 test sews until I get it exactly the way I want it. So, but yes, it is possible.
Awesome. Awesome. So this is kind of what we wanted to talk to you today. Thank you so much, Anna Crew, because she was the one who said, hey, for Technique Tuesday, what about doing something going over thread in different thread weights? And I was like, that is an absolutely fantastic idea. And then I'm going to show you, you know what? I want, Shauna, is there any way you could come over and then we'll do the daily deal?
Do you want me to hold the camera?
No, do you want, are we going to wait for that? Is that going to be the little books?
Oh,
We
no,
gonna
I
do
can
that
show.
later? Okay,
All right.
Michelle has something to show you that she went ahead and made this weekend.
2 things actually.
2 things.
So, the first was called the hat and scarf is, what was it? Oh, so fabulous or something?
Yes.
Gift number 1. So I feel like the holiday time is the time that for whatever reason we can make really fast, quick gifts for people that are on our list. So this is vinyl, and you know, it's not done till it has a bow on it.
Oh, look how cute that is.
So when I open it up, it's just a little 5x7 notebook. It was really quick.
Oh, you did a vinyl, like,
I
little
did the
sleeve?
vinyl sleeve on it, and it just goes together in probably about, I don't know, 5 minutes after it's cut. But, you know, it's got to have a bow or it's not done. Your strap can go either this way or across, but if you're going to put a paper clip on it, usually vertical, horizontal is best. And then, what about guy gifts? Guy gifts are like the hardest thing.
They are.
And so this was something that was just a plain gray vinyl with a plain gray Oldie Fun liner. But what I did is before I put the vinyl on top, I put an initial down and put some felt over the top of it, and I ran a satin stitch over it about 4 times to really pile the thread up on it, and then put the top down and had it do the outline stitch around it. So again, and this one, same thing, but on this, instead of having the fold over elastic, I just used a hairband from the Dollar Tree because it just looked more masculine.
Oh, I love that. Just
So,
a hairband.
same thing.
How
Yeah.
about that little back piece? Did you just sew that on with
This
your
is
sewing
part
machine?
of this is part of the no, this is all on an embroidery machine. This is actually part of a pattern that I bought, so that it's easy for everyone to pick their own format. It sews out in an 8x12 hoop. You have like 4 pieces to cut. You have the front, the back, and the 2 side flaps, and this little piece here. 1 piece of elastic, 1 color of thread, and layer on the pieces.
And if you could feel this vinyl that she used is so nice. It's like thick and it's super hardy and it's absolutely
They are
gorgeous.
so
And I think she's
cute.
going to be kitting this out for a class.
Yeah, I can kit some of it. I have about 3 different holiday prints of this vinyl, and it's really nice vinyl. And I have about 3 colors in the leather or vinyl, faux vinyl. And the other thing that will be coming will be a couple of hour class on the Minnie Mouse. I'm still waiting for the Minnie Mouse buttons to arrive, but there will be no software for this. It will be one bow on a paper clip, down and dirty, easy gift.
Yep.
So
Excellent. So that'll be part of the Fast and Fabulous, or is it just Fabulous Gifts?
So fabulous.
So fabulous gifts. So gift number 1 is the hat and scarf. This is gift number 2. This is gift number 3. Want to swap?
Shauna's going to come over and show you some stuff. Looking for my mask. So Shauna's been so busy too. Now that the wedding is,
Yes.
now that the wedding's over, and she's moved into the house and she can get in and sew again.
Yes.
So Shauna's card class is when? Do you remember?
The 17th or the 19th?
Okay. So at 17th or 19th, we're
Yes.
not positive, but it's
No,
on
it's two. There's two
Oh,
different.
there's two
different like
because it filled up.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So some people already signed up for the 17th, but everyone else, if you want to sign up now, you would sign up for the 19th. So I just stitched a few more of them out, and I tried to use some metallic threads and throw some more fun in there.
So
this
these
is
are the
probably my
recipes.
favorite.
It is
It's so
gorgeous.
sparkly. There's metallic thread in it.
Look how
It's just
beautiful
so-
that stitching is.
So
Isn't that
fun. And then I
absolutely gorgeous?
completed all of the insides, so there's like a trees. And then this one, I wish I had Mylar, because I feel like it would be so
Oh,
cute
that would be perfect.
to do Mylar in the stockings. But as you can see, this is all metallic thread, and it's stitched out like flawlessly. And then I
Yeah.
just put some little cardstock on the inside. I actually used a heavier cardstock for these, and this is like textured with glitter.
Oh,
and
that's pretty.
on my other cards, it wouldn't have been able to hold this. It would be floppy, and it would be really heavy, and it would start to bow. But on these cards, the OESD cards, it just holds so well. Like it's kind of life changing.
Yeah, there's no other way to go then for your embroidered cards. than
Yeah,
using
that's what
the
I'm gonna be
OESD,
using in the
And then
future.
this is the other one. So I think these are pretty much all of them finally stitched out, and they are beautiful.
So
This one definitely is my favorite.
It's my favorite.
It is. Just,
I feel like
look at,
it embodies Christmas.
Yeah, look at the presents in the stock and in the sleigh and the detail on the tree. It's just absolutely beautiful.
So fun.
So this, oh my God, can we say labor of love?
I haven't
but
snipped all of my
So
threads yet.
beautiful. So this is Anita Goods. What's it called?
Woodland Holiday Quilt, and it's a reverse trapunto technique. So these are all raised
look.
up and puffy. I don't
Do you
know if you
see
can
that?
see like the dimension in it.
I don't know if they can. Let me see. Can
So
you see that?
each animal uses 2 layers of batting, and it's a separate hooping. And then you re-hoop it, and it does all of this kind of like, I like to call it furry decorative stitching around it to reattach it to the quilt block. And then they have like really cute words and phrases. So this isn't all of the blocks,
And
but
yeah, and if you did it, because how adorable would that be for a pillow?
that'd be so
So,
cute. And
what
that's
about-
that's not even the biggest size. There's a bigger size.
Yeah, and if you have the Lunar or the Solaris or
You
the Dream
blow it up
Machine,
more,
you
yeah.
can just blow it up. And look at these. These are so. This is another one of the Trapunto
Reverse
blocks.
trapunto.
Reverse Trapunto.
It's like puffy.
And it's so gorgeous. And Shauna picked like the prettiest colors
Aw,
ever,
you
so
are
it
so
just
sweet.
looks amazing. But maybe you
And
can
then
see
the
some
little,
of that.
the little crane.
Here's the little cardinal. And
Did I
then
say crane?
Yeah. And look at this. I just love this. All I
So
can think
fun.
is
I-
holiday.
I really wanted to do a metallic thread on it, but I really want to press them with best press before I stitch them together because I can't sew straight. So I was afraid to do it, but if you are the kind of person who can sew straight, I think this would be so cute to do some of it with metallic threads. But mine's gonna just be a wall hanging, so I wanted to make sure I could
And I don't know if
re-iron
you
it.
can see, but there's stippling in there, and that's all part of the. Look at the bee with the
Isn't that
Christmas
so
tree.
cute?
I just absolutely love
It's
this.
just like in the and is so fun. They're all just
is
so
this,
fun.
Is this going to be a class? Or
So I was
what are you-
thinking
what are you
about
thinking?
doing Anita Goods Express reverse trapunto,
Yeah.
so then you can learn the technique. These are definitely labor intensive.
Because
but-
how long did that bunny take you?
So the bunny itself took about an hour and a half, and then the quilt block probably took closer to 2 hours because of all of this decorative stitching and reattaching the bunny to the quilt
So
block.
3.5 hours altogether.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And that's me sitting there threading the machine consistently, trimming, managing. But I think with the Express, it'll be a little bit easier to get the technique down, so then you have a better understanding. And if you feel ambitious,
it's spectacular. You can't
it's so
even,
cute.
you can't even appreciate like how gorgeous.
Come in
this
and
is.
touch the puffiness.
Yeah, we can all just sit here like this.
And poke it. But what I love too is the detail stitching. So especially in the deer or the fawn, it shows more where it like cuts out the belly and its little butt and the legs and the face, and it makes it so much more dimensional with it. So I did not cut any of this out on Scan and Cut because all of these, it's thread. I know it may be deceiving, but it's all, that is all thread. There's one piece of fabric behind it to do all the stitching on, but the rest of it is just thread. Isn't that so crazy? The only one that takes an applique is the little elk.
Yeah, so this is one of those designs that I, again, thought about and reconsidered to consider.
I've been
whether or
wanting to
not
do this
start it, and
since
then
I
Shauna
saw
just
it
grabbed
at the
and did it.
event like
Yeah.
2 years ago, and I was like, oh, I have to make that. And
It's so
finally, I was
pretty.
like, I'm gonna make this for me.
Oh my God, do you do that? Who does that?
I've never done that
does
before.
that.
I've never done that before. But I was like, you know what? I want to do something that I'm just like super interested in. And I wasn't planning on doing it as like a class because it is like super labor intensive per block. But it was a really cool technique, so I'd like to teach you and share with you what I've learned through the experience and give you my tips and tricks because I still have a few more blocks to go.
Was there a breaking of some needles?
There was a few needle breakage, but I've definitely learned from it.
Yeah, so ladies, you'll have needle breakage. We just like to be upfront with that.
I didn't have
always a
I didn't
bad
have
thing.
thread shredding. I didn't have no other problems outside of needle breakage, but I did go through probably like 20 plus bobbins because there is so much stitching with this.
20 bobbins?
Like for all of them accumulatively so far, yeah, like 20 bobbins
And ladies,
at least.
if you wanted, you could just
just
the
do
embroidered squares.
Yes, they have 8 of these, and then
There's
there's
8
8
different
of
ones?
and there's 8 of these, so you could do a big quilt. I'm just doing a little one.
We have this design in the store.
We do have that design in the store.
And we should put it on the website.
We should.
So
'cause
we have
it's
the
so
design
cute.
in the store. I think it's we'll put it on the website.
Yeah.
And
They're just like, look at that, like
yeah,
who-
they're just so look how beautiful
and it's
they
so
look all
it's.
together.
I'm gonna leave it up probably through February. Like after I get it done, I'll bring it in the store for a while, and then around Christmas, I'll
It's
bring
so
it back
beautiful.
home and just leave it up. I don't have any Christmas decor, so.
How about deal of the day, Shauna?
Oh my God! Okay, where is it? Oh! So, these beautiful decorative numbered pins of 200 pins. So there's 100 from 11 through 20, and then there's 100 of the 1 through 10. And I think this is so nice that they're all numbered too, because when I pin stuff, I just like pin everything, but I wish I had a format of like pinning like, oh, I'm gonna sew this first and then this, so I could really pin. I like having everything very structured.
Yeah, I didn't even know they made these, and then
They're so cool.
Anna Crew again. Thank you, Miss Anna. She had she was doing the boardwalk quilt, and she had each section pinned together with the number.
That's amazing.
So everything was super organized. And they come in a 2-pack because this is 1 through 10, and then these are 11 through 20. So they're normally $41.99, and today they're on the site for
Like $29.40.
yeah, they're 30% off.
30%
So
off.
they're 30% off today. I think I have 10 of them or more.
Maybe 12, maybe 10.
Maybe there's 10 or 12, and then these I can easily get more. So this you won't have to wait long, but you might have to.
And
wait a
how
little
nice
bit.
is it that they're all organized in their own case? These do actually 2 separate pieces. So if you were going to a retreat, let's all dream about it, a retreat or a class in the future.
With all your girlfriends.
Yes. In the future, dream about it. But this would be perfect to just throw in your bag, and then you have all your pins already organized too.
Yep. So
I'm bad about my pins. I'm just like, and then I reach for something. I'm like, oh my God!
I know that's never happened to you, ladies. I think that's it.
I think that's everything.
Well, have an awesome day.
Thank you.
Be creative. Make
Stay
something
inspired.
awesome, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.